in the locker room after Game 6, which tied up the series. LeBron said about Golden State, quote, "They effed up mentally and physically. I'm telling you, they effed up." We're joined once again by Chris Broussard. Chris, what do you make of this?
We couldn't show the footage, huh?
Because
of language.
They effed up. So
LeBron was absolutely right. He was absolutely right.
I agree.
When a team is up 3-1 and then the other team wins the next 2 to force a Game 7, there is, and one of those games was on your home floor where you had been all but invincible all year, you are going to be messed up mentally. When you're up 3-1 in almost every case, you're the better team. You should win the series. You won 3 of the first 4 games and then you lose 2 straight. So mentally, that's going to mess with you. And when you look at that Game 7, Steph Curry, 6 for 19, 4 for 14 from 3. Klay Thompson, 6 for 17, 2 for 10 from 3. These are 2 of the greatest shooters ever. Best shooting backcourt, I think best backcourt period of all time. And they didn't play well. Now, I'll give some of that credit to the Cavs defense. They played really good defense. But that same defense gave Draymond Green 32 points. He scored 32.
32, 15, and 9 to be exact.
There you go. So that shows mentally, Steph, Klay, they were shook. They were a little messed up. So I think LeBron was right on the money with that quote. Here's the thing. When you watch that whole episode of More Than an Athlete, sometimes LeBron with the tweets, the Instagrams, and, you know, he always seems like he wants better teammates. I need more help. I need more help. It can come off like he doesn't have enough confidence in himself as the best player in the world, like he should. But what I saw from that video, not just that quote, but watching that video, and you hear a lot of things around the league about LeBron's leadership, positive and negative. I saw a great leader. I saw the ultra confidence when they were down. When they were down 3-1, after they were down 3-1 after Game 4, and LeBron was in the locker room, and they showed it in that video. And I get it. This is his company editing it and showing what they want, but the footage is still real. He was in the locker room saying, "Let's just get 1. All we need is 1. Don't worry about 3. Just get 1. Don't worry about 3." Like, that was I thought at that time, covering that series, that the Cavs and LeBron were done at that point. I thought they were shook. I thought he was shook. I thought there's no way they're coming back, and they know it. But he was in that locker room saying, "Just 1. Don't worry about 3, just 1," to himself and his teammates. That showed me a great leader. I thought the way he handled the post-game interviews, it showed leadership. And that quote, I think it was right on the money. He said just what they needed to hear and just what was on point.
Go ahead, Skip. I don't even want to go. I don't want to go right now. I don't want to go.
Smiling.
I don't want to go. Don't want to go.
So exactly which side of LeBron's mouth is he speaking out of now? Because a couple of days ago, we heard that he was taking credit for pulling off this upset, which made him the GOAT, as I call him, the faux GOAT. But that's his case that he was making. That made him the greatest ever because he pulled off this upset. But now we see that he knew he had them on the ropes after 6 games. Because they were cooked mentally and physically. And need I detail again what that team had been through? It gutted it out all the way home to win 73 games. And they all admitted later, Steve Kerr admitted, it was a mistake. You took way too much mental and physical energy to do that. Then you fell behind 3-1 to Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City was still a troubled basketball team between, obviously, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook. And they finally came apart in the crucial game, which was Game 6 in their place. And they shot poorly. They combined to shoot 1 for 13 from 3. And Klay Thompson went off in that game and made 11 threes and scored 41 points and saved their bacon. And they got back home, and then they had to grind out a defensively oriented sort of a football game against Oklahoma City. They won 96-88 in Game 7. So they're on the ropes when they get to the NBA Finals. And to your point, LeBron looked lifeless to me in Game 4 because they got outscored in the fourth quarter in his house, 29-20. But a pivotal episode took place with 2 minutes and a half to go in that basketball game. And that was Draymond got into it with LeBron. He vocally, loudly calls him the B word. They go up the court, they get tangled up. And then
boss.
Boss, yeah, I don't think it was a boss. The next letter was I. It wasn't O. You know. So, and then they get tangled up, and Draymond kicks him in the midsection. This is just craziness because this is your guts and glue guy. And then Kiki Vandeweghe, and obviously the commissioner, stepped in and did something that I did not believe they would do. They suspended a key player for the 5th game of the series back in Oakland, obviously.
You think it was warranted?
Again, but I've never seen a commissioner in any sport do that.
They did. Remember San Antonio? They suspended Robert. They suspended Amari Stoudemire for coming off the bench with Robert Ory.
I'm talking about the finals. That was the conference finals.
Yes.
Okay. But again, this is the NBA. This is going to decide the championship of the world. And you take away Draymond for Game 5. And to me, they were discombobulated. They were on fumes already. And then once Game 5 happened back in Oakland, and LeBron happened, and Kyrie happened, because Kyrie in 5, 6, and 7, he averaged 30 a game, and he made 9 of 17 threes. That's 53% he shot from the three-point line, and he made all 13 of his free throws over the last 3 games. So LeBron did have help. LeBron was great. No Kyrie was great. Yeah. But they got help from Tristan in Game 6. He had 15 points and 16 rebounds, and Kevin Love had 14 rebounds in Game 7. So don't tell me. The point was the better team won. That's why I can't call that the greatest upset ever, because, hey, look at what Steph has done in the postseason. Did he not come up small once again down the stretch of that? The last 3 games, Steph Curry had, 7 assists and 12 turnovers. 7 to 12 in the last 3 games. He had 7 assists. And then you already pointed out his numbers in the last game. He disappeared. Draymond finally came up bigger in Game 7, but he wasn't good in Games 5 and 6.
Wasn't there for 5.
Yeah, and he wasn't there for 5. And then Clay was hit and miss, and he was mostly missed in Game 7. So to me, I'll take LeBron James, the best player on the planet, and Kyrie and Kevin Love and Tristan. That's a better team than those guys were at that point.
I will say this, and I've said it on here before. If we were at the park and you put Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green on one side, and LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love on the other, I'm taking the Cavs side. Like, that's more. Now, Golden State had a better offense. They had better chemistry. You know,
better bench, too.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely a better bench. But I'm with you. I mean, I think, look, it was obviously a tremendous achievement for LeBron to win that. But, yeah, they didn't have Kevin Durant. Right. Like, you do it now. We look at the Warriors differently now.
Yeah. Now you got it.
Okay, well, help me understand this. I just want to make sure I'm hearing this correctly. Now, when LeBron led the Cavs back from 3-1, the Warriors were fragile. Were they fragile when they came back from 3-1 against OKC?
I think they were.
OKC was fragile.
OKC was fragile. Okay. And I'm not saying, no, they were. They were.
He wanted out. What was about to happen?
So he was
about to go to Golden State.
Did he want out when he got the 3-1 lead or after he lost the 3-1 lead? When did he want out?
He wanted out.
Because he was playing unbelievable.
He wanted out about 3 years before that.
To your point, though, what you're saying, look, as great as Kevin Durant is, we got to admit, he has not proven that he will lead a team to a championship. He was a Finals MVP, but that's a stacked team, and it's Steph's team. To your point, that was his team.
Yes.
That was, I don't know, Russ was great.
So you say he needs to go somewhere and take the Knicks to the
championship. I'm just saying, I think what Shannon is saying is, we compare LeBron and Durant. LeBron has proven, even though he's had help, obviously, that he can lead a team, his team, to championships. Durant has yet to prove that. And when he had his team, they faltered. Yeah. That's what I think.
Because Russ is an MVP. Russ is on pace to have another triple-double season. So 3 straight. That's what KD had.
Who was the primary decision maker on that team, those Thunder? Who was
Russ.
Well, Russ, because he had the ball.
He dribbled it up every time, and he got to decide, I'm going to go solo here, or I'll give you a chance.
But Durant wasn't good in those. Russ wasn't either. Game 6 and 7, they both struggled. They both faltered.
They did.
Do you think LeBron keeps talking about 2016?
No, we ain't gonna
start
talk
of something.
LeBron talking about everything. He's talking about whatever he wants.
He's got too much
He ain't
time
gonna
while
stop.
he's recovering. Chris, thank you for being here. Okay, we've got the NFL playoffs around the corner this weekend. So would you rather have Andrew Luck or Deshaun Watson on Saturday?
That's easy.
We'll discuss.
It is.
Next.